card. Right. Let me share it. Tell me guys, can we run alter queries on second replica? Is it possible?
No, sir. Read only.
Read only, right? Of course, the database will be online only, but it will accept only select queries or backup queries. It won't accept any alter queries on second replica. Okay. Okay, guys, clear? So now what is the way to fix the issue? I want to fix the orphan user issue. Now tell me what is the way to fix the issue without touching the user. What is the way to fix the issue, guys?
Change the login ID. Yes, sir.
Login SID. So how we can do that?
Using first method.
Using
Change
first
login.
method. Right now, is it clear why we'll go for only first method? Why? Because secondary is not readable. Sorry, secondary is only readable. You cannot write alter queries. You cannot do any changes. Why? Because here login you can create, no issues. Logins are server level entities. You can create how many logins you want in the server, guys. No issues. But the challenge when you create login, you are going to give access to Flipkart database, so that you cannot give direct access to Flipkart database. Why? Because if you are trying to give access, see for example, right click new login, imagine, okay, or why we have to go for new login? Let's go with a Pravina only. Okay, cancel, double click on Pravina. Let me go to user mapping. Let me give access on Flipkart. She is already having access on Flipkart. Okay, let me remove this access. Can I remove this access from secondary? At least tell me now. Can I
The
remove
right
it?
permission for that, sir.
Removing permission is also right query only, right? Alter only, right? So you
Yes,
cannot
sir.
remove it, guys. Okay, if you want to try, you can try it. Let me click OK. I'm just generating a script. Let me click OK. So that is not possible. You cannot remove those permissions, okay, directly from secondary. If you remove it from primary, automatically it will be affected on secondary, guys. The same query will run, okay? The same transaction will run on secondary, like in the mirroring, okay? Now let me click OK. I'm trying to remove it, okay? Let me click OK. So I cannot remove. What it is saying, fail to update the database Flipkart because the database is read only. Okay, so this is how it will work, guys. So I can give access, but the thing is drop username. I'm trying to do Flipkart. So this is the thing, it is writing on the secondary. Drop is like a alter query, right? Write operation. Okay, so that's why it won't write. If I want to give access also, same concept. What is the query to give access? Generally double click on the login, will give access on a different database. Okay, this time phone pay, any other database is there? Okay, let me go to some use system database. Okay, let me select let me go for script. Just want to show you the script. Create user. So can you create the user secondary replica? Which operation it is?
No, sir.
Creating is which operation, write or read
Right.
operation? So
Right.
Right.
can we do write operations on second replica directly? No.
No.
No, sir.
So that's why it is not
No.
possible. The challenge is logins you can create, guys, no problem. But when you create logins, logins are server level entities. Logins are not participating in the always on. Only databases are participating in the always on. So there is a logins you can create happily, but the thing is you will get a different SID when you give access to the database. So it won't accept. So that's why there is only one way to fix the orphan user issue is create login with SID method. Is it clear, everyone? Still having any doubts?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Yes.
Okay, right. Okay, guys. Chalo. We just discussed around 30 minutes on this. No problem. Okay. So now you can now you know, right, how to add database into AG setup, how to remove the database into AG setup.
Yes.
Okay. Chalo. Let's add one database again. As discussed, we'll add this GPA database. This time I'll use automatic seeding. Okay. Right click on the always and go to primary replica. Right click availability databases. Add database. This time I'll use automatic seeding. Automatic seeding will work if there is no database
Backup.
existed in the there is no backup. That is also correct. And if there is no database existed in the secondary replica, guys. Okay. Right. Next. Usually, if I want to add the database, what is the standard method? I have to take full and log backup. I have to copy the backups. I have to restore with no recovery on the secondary. Then I can add. Okay. Right now,
Yes, yes.
in this case, there is no database restored. GPA database I haven't restored. Okay, so now what I have to do? But here yesterday it shows one recommendation, guys. What is that recommendation?
Prerequisites. Full backup is
Full
required.
backup is required. That is a fresh database, right? So when you create a fresh database, first you have to take a full backup. No need to restore it, but you have to take a full backup, fresh full backup. Backup. Why we have to take fresh full backup? Can anyone tell me? To disk is equal to
Take the backup all
GP
objects,
underscore. Okay.
cut off
Next.
the databases.
GP full. Next. Any other answer? 320.22.BAK. When you took the full backup, then only it will detect the recovery model. Okay. So what would be the recovery model for the database, guys? Full
Full.
recovery model. When it will recognize, when you took the full backup, then only it will
Full.
recognize the full recovery model. Okay. Any recovery model, if it has to recognize, first you should have full backup. I told you, right, when you change the recovery model, you have to take the full backup, then only it
Yes,
will
sir.
detect the new recovery model. So to take the recovery model, you have to take the full backup, guys. That's why it's mandatory to take the full backup. Go to the window again. Now refresh it, guys. This time, no need to close it, just refresh it automatically. Okay, you can see meet prerequisites. Right, my server is somewhat slow. Now it is meeting the requirements, guys. Select the database. Next. Not connected, right? Connect to your second replica. Connect. Click connect. Next. And this time what I have to choose? Automatic seeding or join only?
Automatic seed.
Automatic
Automatic.
seeding. Okay. Next. Very easy, guys. But don't do this method for big databases. For biggest databases, it will take lot of time and is somewhat risky, guys. Okay. Don't practice this method for big databases like 100 GB, 200 GB like that. Do it for small databases, no issues. Okay, internally it will take full and log backup. It will generate a snapshot and it will use the snapshot and it will restore. Internally it will do that. So if it has to do internally, it will also do internally backup and restore only, instead of okay, a DBA, it is going to take a full and log backup and it is going to restore. So if it is a big database, you will get a space issues while taking the automatic backups. DBA means he can check it to which drive there is enough free space. He will check and he will take the backup to the drive, right? So as it is
Yes.
going for automatic seeding, automatically to take the full and log backup, guys. So there might be a issue if you don't have proper free space and all. So that's why for big databases, it's not recommended. For small databases, you can practice this method, guys. Automatic seeding. See here, see, checking for free disk space on the server instance that hosts secondary replica. What it is doing, guys, it is checking how much free space is there on the secondary replica, checking if the selected database already exists or not on the server that hosts secondary replica, checking for the existence of the database files on the server instance, checking for compatibility level. Okay, compatibility of the database of file location. Okay, next. That's it, finish it. My primary is too slow, don't know what happened. Okay, guys, this is how we'll add the database into the AG setup, guys. Okay, so any questions and how to remove also you have to know, guys. Sometimes to fix the issue, we'll remove the database from the AG setup and we'll re-add the database into the AG setup, guys. But again, don't remove it. It's not a permanent solution. First, try to fix the issue. If it is not working, then remove the database from the AG, then re-add the database to the AG, guys. If I remove the database from AG, any impact will be there for my application, guys? If I remove my Flipkart database from AG, is my application will work or it will be down? Tell me, guys.
it will work, but secondary replica will not be available for that.
Correct. Okay, it will work. No issues. It will work. Okay, if you remove the database from AG, as from primary the database is available, nothing happened. It will work, guys. But there will be no standby. If something happened to the database, there will be no standby. Okay. So
Yes.
don't think if I remove the database from AG, it won't work. It will work, but try to add the database into AG setup immediately. Otherwise, there is no standby, right? If the database is corrupted and all, it will create lot of issues. Is it clear? How to monitor the always on? And how to fail over the always on, guys? You know, right? Yesterday we discussed how to fail over the always on. Right? Go to your AG group and you can fail over. Right click, move. Right click. Why it is taking this much time? Task manager. Normal only, right? Three instances are running. Okay, that's fine. No issues. Okay. So right click on this AG group, move, select node, which node you want to move. So you have to select that particular node. This is one way of failover using failover cluster manager. Any other way we have to failover, guys? You can do the failover using command query also, and you can do using a GUI also. Okay, GUI. Go to your primary replica. Okay, go to your primary replica, right click on the availability groups or right click on the availability group name directly. Okay, failover. There is an option called failover. Now node 1 is primary, node 2 is secondary, right? Now you can see, okay, node 1 is primary, and if you expand primary replica, you can see node 2 is secondary. Guys, only for primary, only from primary you can see all the replica states. If you go to the node 2, if you expand node 2 and if you expand the availability replicas, you don't see which one is primary. It will simply show you the secondary replica state. If it is not showing the other replica, it might be a primary, it might be other secondary also. Is it clear, guys? Only from the primary replica you can see all the replica status. See here, primary, secondary. If you see, if you expand this availability replica, if you see all the replica status, all the nodes status, which one is primary, which one is secondary, that is the shortcut, that is the way to find which one is a primary replica, guys. Is it clear? You have an always on setup. Now you want to find out which one is primary and which one is secondary, guys. Now what you can do, expand always on group, expand availability replicas, check if it is showing all other nodes with the secondary states, okay, in the brackets, that means that is the primary replica, guys. That is one way. Okay, right? And if you go to second replica, you don't see other replica status. You can see that particular replica status only, whether secondary or primary. That is second replica, you can easily identify. Is it clear, guys, how to identify easily whether which is primary and which is secondary? That is one way. And go to your AG group properties. Go to AG group properties. There also you can see your endpoints, backup preferences. Next time you want to change backup preferences, you can change it by using AG group properties. Go to primary replica, go to AG group properties. There you can see, you want to add extra replica, you can add it, guys. You can add the extra replica. Okay, and you can see here backup preferences you want to change. Next time you can change it. In the general page, you want to change this from synchronous to asynchronous, you want to change, you can change it. Okay, you want to add extra replica, click on add button. Please mute it, please mute it. Click on add button, you can add a third replica, fourth replica, fifth replica. Even though you have configured the AG, still you can add the extra replicas. Okay, and you can see synchronous commit, failure mode automatic. And I want to change the existing replica from synchronous commit to asynchronous. Go to the AG group properties and you can change from here. Let it, if you want to change it to asynchronous commit, change this to asynchronous commit. This is how we can change the existing AG group. Okay, like mirroring. In the mirroring, we can change from synchronous to asynchronous, right? Easily. In the same way, in the always on also, we can change the existing group from synchronous to asynchronous, asynchronous to synchronous. Okay, so this is our readable secondary and all seeding, automatic or manual seeding, which option you want to go. Okay, so like this you can see, guys. Okay, all these things you can see. under your AG group properties. I want to change the backup preferences. You can change the backup preferences again by going to the AG group properties, guys. Okay, so now we are discussing about the failover, right? So when you open the failover option, right click AG group failover, you will get this wizard, failover wizard. Okay, it will ask you to which replica I want you want me to failover, to which replica you want me to the failover. So you have to choose the replica, guys, either node 2 or node 3, which second replica you want to failover. Choose that replica and next, and then finish, guys. Automatically it will be failover. Or if you want to go for a script, you can generate a script and you can run that script to failover also. Okay, so let me show you. It is taking time. It's taking time.
Sir, good morning, sir.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్. ఏం చేస్తున్నారు సార్? అలా వస్తున్నాయి.
Uh, actually, from 3 days, I am busy with my personal work, sir. I
Okay.
am going to do my children's Sunti function, sir.
Oh, okay, okay, good, good, good.
Today, this evening, I am going to
Oh,
do the Sunti. Next
okay, you
month,
are going
9th.
to welcome all.
Yes, sir, 9th, sir, April 9th, sir.
April 9th, Sulti function.
Sir. Yes,
Hmm.
sir. Today they did the Sunti, doing the Sunti, sir.
Okay, okay.
I arranged the function on April 9th, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. So we are all welcome.
You have to make the arrangement, sir.
Oh,
Please
okay,
come,
okay.
sir.
Mutton biryani, na?
Definitely, sir. What do you want? I will arrange that, sir. Actually, from the last 3 days, I am completely not put concentration on our classes,
Yes,
sir.
yes. That is a big
I have
function
one.
for you, right?
I have one doubt, sir. Actually,
Tell me, tell me.
in the clustering, after the full of the shared fold, after doing the IS cases, there is the any specific method to remove the that shared folder, sir?
Any specific method to remove the shared folder means the same way you have to first remove the disk from the cluster setup. Okay, and
Okay.
then you have to uncheck, you have to remove it from all the nodes. Okay,
Okay.
then only you can remove it from the this one iSCSI setup. Okay, otherwise you cannot remove. If it was attached, okay, if the disk is attached on any of the node, the iSCSI storage won't be removed automatically. You have to remove from all the nodes first, and then you have to remove
Okay.
from failover cluster manager, and then you can remove it from your iSCSI storage.
After we add the folder, sir.
Yes, yes. Folder means
Okay.
which folder? Which folder, Subhani?
Means shared folder, sir. If those folders
We
are
don't have any
full,
issue with
then
shared
sir,
folder, right?
what is the method, sir?
No, no, no. What is the use of shared folder?
Okay.
First of
Okay.
all, tell me. Why will you prefer shared folder?
Yes, sir. If you are doing the shared folder in one node one, it is automatically appeared in the second one, sir. Those are the cluster during the clustering.
No, no, no. I did not get you, Subhani. First of all, why we have to go for shared folder? Why? Shared storage, you are saying, not folder.
Okay. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, sir.
Shared
Sorry,
storage,
sir.
you have to use that word. Shared storage is different, shared folder is different. A folder is
Okay,
different, a
sir.
drive is different, right? You have to say shared storage, not shared folder.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay. So select to which replica you want to replicate, guys. In case if you have multiple replicas, node 2, node 3, node 4, like that, you can see. Select to which replica you want to replicate failover, guys. Next, and connect to that particular replica. Connect to node 2. Okay, I want to replicate. I want to failover to node 2, right? Connect to node 2. Next, and finally, okay, and you can see whether we have any script for this or not. Sorry. Okay, so you can script out, guys. You can script out. Okay, generally you can generate a script. Just want to show you the script. That's it. Okay, and you can click finish. Can anyone tell me what is the query to failover, guys? Can anyone try the query at least? Try, guys. What would be the query to failover? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Try it. Why it is taking this much time? Try it, guys. I want to check. Okay, how many of you can try? Just try it. What would be the query to failover?
Fail over last.
Yeah, tell me. No problem. Try it. It is still generating the script. Oh my god. Let me stop one instance. Okay. Resources are consuming a lot. Let me stop one instance. Which instance? Okay. Or else let me do one thing. Let me failover. Okay. So that at least I can decrease some load. Both are running from node 1, right? Let me failover this to node 2. I can decrease some load on node 2, node 1. Okay. Move. Select node. Double click on it. Usha. Alter availability group name, failover. Okay, very good. You tried it from Google, right? Good, good, good. Okay. So the query is alter availability group name failover, guys. Okay, alter availability group name failover. 50 minutes. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm talking in mute. Eh, Okay, fine. Right. Why we don't mention a node name in the query, guys? Why? Because this query has to run on secondary side, guys. Okay, this query has to run on secondary side. I want to fail over to node 2. Go to node 2, run this query, so it will be failover from node 1 to node 2. You have to run this query on the secondary only. Okay, then only it will be failover. That's why we don't need a node name in the query. Okay, Anuj, you asked right why we don't mention node name in the query. Okay, so
Yes, sir. Yes.
always go to secondary node. Imagine we have node 1, node 2, node 3. I want to fail over node 1 to node 3. Now tell me where I have to run this query.
Not
Node
three.
3, sir.
Node
Not
3,
three.
open query window, run this command, alter availability group name, failover. Okay, and we have
Yes.
force failover also. Force failover. Okay, for forcefully failover, guys. Okay, force failover is also there. Force
Yes,
failover.
sir.
Okay, force failover. This is the query, force failover. Okay,
Now,
so
sir,
this is, yeah. Okay, so this is how we have to run force failure. Means always you have to run this query on the secondary replica. Not here you can see when I generate the query, you can see connect node to, then you have to run this query like that it is saying, guys. Okay, so let's check whether the failure, yeah, failure is done, guys. Okay, the wizard completed successfully. Close it, and now you can see node 1 becomes secondary and node 2 becomes primary, guys. If you see here, the states are changed. Okay, if you go to availability replicas, you can see primary and secondary. Earlier I don't see the status. Okay, I don't see the status for node 1. Now you can see the status. Now if you see the secondary replica, you don't see status of node 2, you can see the status of node 1 only, right? This is one way of failing over, guys. How to monitor the always on? Okay, we'll discuss how to monitor the always on, and then we'll close the session for today. I mean, like, we'll complete the session, technical session. Listener will join and he's going to take the session, guys. Okay, right. Sorry, speaker, not listener. Right, so they will ask you how to monitor the always on. Okay, these kind of questions they will ask you, right? So how to monitor the always on, guys? Right click on always on high availability, show dashboard. Show dashboard is very important, guys. Show dashboard is an excellent feature, like how we have mirroring monitor, how we have replication monitor. In the same way, for always on we have show dashboard, guys. Okay, and let me go to CPU. Earlier my CPU utilization is around okay, 80-90 percentage, right? Now can you see how my CPU utilization is there? Can you see, guys? Why? Because two resources, one cluster instance is up and running from node 2. AG group is also AG group is also running from node 2. Okay, so two resources are running from node 2, so there will be a less pressure on node 1. So in case if you have any issues, of course it will go to 99% and again it will come back. Okay, not an issue, depends upon the work. Okay, so this is how we are going to troubleshoot high CPU and high memory issues, guys. I am not saying whenever you are getting high CPU, high memory, you have to fail over immediately. This is also one way of troubleshooting to fix that high CPU, high memory issue. Is it clear, guys? Tomorrow onwards we'll discuss performance tuning, guys, right? So we'll discuss high CPU more than 90 percentage, 100 percentage, high memory more than 90 percentage, 100 percentage, how to troubleshoot. This is also one way of troubleshooting. This is the live example, guys. Earlier my server performed very slowly. Okay, to open the failure cluster manager itself, it took a lot of time. Okay, so why? Because the CPU consumption is more. The CPU consumption is more. That's why it took a lot of time to execute. Now at least now you can see the CPU consumption is switching between 10 percentage to 50 percentage, 70 percentage, like that. So this is also one kind of troubleshooting step, guys, to decrease your CPU consumption, memory consumption. Okay, guys, right? So always on dashboard is an excellent tool. By using this always on dashboard, you can track always on status, guys. Okay, whether your always on is good or not good. If you open always on dashboard from your secondary replica, you can see like this. Okay, a white circle will be there. But if you open it from the primary replica, node 2 is my primary replica, right? Open show dashboard from primary replica, you can see a green circle, guys. You can see a green circle. You can see a green circle. Okay, you can see a green check, guys. Right, click on this AZ group name. You can see how many replicas are participating in the AZ. You can see how many databases are participating in the AZ. Whether node 1 is good, node 2 is good, both are good, node 1 is bad, node 2 is bad, both are bad, which databases are good state, everything you can see, whether it is synchronized state or not. You can see, guys, no data loss, synchronized state. If all are showing green checks, your always on is good, guys. If something happened, okay, let me show you one thing. I'll suspend the data movement, guys. Guys, if any issue is there, don't suspend the data movement. First of all, sometimes data movement will be suspended automatically. In that case, how the error will be, I'll show you, guys. Okay, how the error will be, I'll show you. sometimes okay, so the data movement will be suspended sometimes if the very large database and all is there. Okay, so how to fix that issue, guys? Resume the data movement. Go to primary replica, right click, resume the data movement. Okay, but I want to show you this, guys. When any database from the TG group, when any database from the TG group data movement is suspended or something happened to the database of AG group, okay, you can see the status like this, guys. See here, it was showing a red circle, red cross, and you can see critical errors, and you can see all went to warning states and GPay, which database is creating the problem, you can see using the dashboard, guys. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ. Good morning. Hey, 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 hey. అయిపోయిందా మన నిద్ర? Okay, so you can see the status like this, and if you see AG group dashboard, you can see the status, guys. Okay, you can see critical error it is showing. So click on this critical error, you can see, okay, availability group is not ready for automatic failover, means one of the database is not synchronized state. Guys, this is very important. Okay, sometimes the interview they will ask you, I'm trying to failover or it's not failover automatically, what would be the reason? In the AG group, okay, in the whole AG group, if any one of the database is not synchronizing or multiple databases are not synchronizing, okay, you cannot fail over, guys. Make sure the data is synchronizing state, then only you can fail over. Okay, so here the availability group is not ready for automatic failover. The primary replica and the second replica are configured automatic failover. However, the second replica is not ready for an automatic failover. Possibly the second replica is unavailable or its data synchronization state currently is not in the synchronized state. Okay, so this is the point, guys. So this is very important. Okay, so sometimes even though you're trying to fail over it, sometimes it won't fail over, guys, because the reason is one of the database is not in synchronized state. So you can fail over if all shows green. Okay, like last case, if it all shows green, then only you can fail over. Is it clear, guys? Any issues, any doubts as of now? Okay, so how to fix this issue and where I can check the errors, guys? In the always on dashboard, view always on health events. Click on this view always on health events, guys. Click on this view always on health events. Okay, you can see all the errors, all the AG related errors you can check under always on health events, guys. Definitely they will ask you this question, where to check the always on health event. They don't ask health events, they will simply ask you where to check always on errors. Okay, you have to open show dashboard, and then you have to open view always on health events. There you can see the errors and all. Okay, a connection of our availability group, double click on it. Okay, note 2 with ID, this is an information message only. Okay, so like this you can track it, guys. Yeah, let me reconnect, guys. It is showing 1 minute. Let me reconnect.